But what I like about this is, like, with one touch of a button, you go back to, like, pure ASCII screen, as opposed to a tile set. Like, and it's a great little effect. Everything about this game is just animated wonderfully and brilliantly. So our character is this little blue robot right over here. Okay, that's us. We're Cogmind. And right now, we are basically like a tiny little, like, hovering bot. We've got a self-hover little mode when we've got nothing attached. We've got no body parts attached whatsoever over here. These are all our current slots that we have available to us. We've got 1 power slot, 2 propulsion slots, 2 utility slots, and 2 weapon slots. And currently, we have a maximum mass of 3. That's all the mass we can have attached to ourselves at this time. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach ourselves maybe some propulsion parts over here, so that we don't have to use the little built-in hovering of our bot. We're going to use some external, like, parts for mobility. And there's actually a few different options here. If I hit the 3 key, we can actually get a little identifier about all the stuff that's scattered around on the ground. But basically what we've got over here, we've got a couple of wheels, we've got a couple of legs, we've also got some treads over here. We can right-click, so we can have, like, we could be leg butt moving around. Different types of propulsion systems, like legs or hover platforms or things like that, have different traits in terms of energy usage, heat buildup, the amount of mass they use up, the amount of mass they allow you to cover. So, propulsion parts never count as part of your mass, but instead they can give you the ability to carry more stuff. I actually don't know where that is indicated. Might just be part of the rating, to be honest. I guess we'll put that on. No, it's not that. Oh, I think it's... Is it support? I think it's that. Because wheels are very, 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 very fast. They're very fast, but they don't let you carry as much weight. Legs are a little lower, but they can carry... They're like heavy-duty legs, so you can carry a bunch of stuff on them. The game is officially releasing on Steam in 2 days. It's been in early access for a while. For all I know, you can still get into it. But yeah, the official release is in 2 days. So, while there's no classes, there's no built-in classes, you can take a bunch of different approaches to your builds. You can build, like, a heavy-duty combat bot. You can build a super fast, like, stealthy one, like, where you forgo a lot of weaponry, but instead focus on really good sensors so that you can see things much further away, including being able to scan through walls and so on, combined with very fast propulsion, usually like hover things, for example, so you can just run away from most things if you want. So I think my mic volume is very low today. That doesn't make much sense, actually. That, to me, the display is exactly where it normally is, so it seems to be all right. So you click on the stats of an item, it gives you more. Oh, there you go. Mass supported by this part, if active. Like, it's got such a great interface for so many things. So explanations on that. There's the built-in help over here across different categories of settings and things like that. I particularly like for all your parts here. So like for your inventory, you get, when you're on the different help modes, it's like contextual. Here's stuff for you to deal with. Your inventory, for example. Really, actually, very accessible. Can be played entirely with the mouse. Can be played entirely with keyboard, can be played as a hybrid of the two. If you want a pure keyboard experience and you want the mouse to be hidden, you can toggle that on. So now we're in keyboard mode enabled. The mouse is, like, literally gone now. Or I can go keyboard mode disable. I still have full keyboard control, but I can now also interact with the mouse. So anyway, let's without further ado, let's go and pick up some legs. We're going to use the legs. I think it's a good middle ground between, like, speed and weight, and we're going to do a fair amount of fighting, I think, early on. We'll see how that goes. So if I'm over a tile, I can click on this tile again to pick it up, or I can hit the G key to grab, in which case it'll go in my inventory. When it's my inventory, I mean, you can use keyboard controls to equip it, or I can just drag the leg up to my equip, and it'll automatically put it in the slot. And here you can see my mass, or my weight limit has changed. Instead of having a limit of 3, we now have a limit of 10. If I go to this other leg, so again, I can pick it up and then equip it, or I can just, and I think there's like a shift or control click option for the mouse, but if you just hit the A key when you're on something, it'll automatically equip it to the appropriate slot, including doing upgrades. If I had a damaged aluminum leg and I went to pick one up, the new one would replace the damaged one, and the damaged one would go into my inventory unless my inventory were full, in which case it would just drop it to the ground. Now, one of the most important things, and this is crazy, it's like a completely different mechanic. Each part has this coverage number, okay? In this case, an aluminum leg has a coverage of 80. And what coverage means is how much effectively of your body this takes up. Because when you get shot, like there's a chance a shot might just miss, that's fine. If it hits, what it does is it looks at all your different body parts and all their different coverages and uses that as a weighting system to randomly determine which body part gets hit. Something with a very high coverage amount is much more likely to get hit. And it turns out this is a good thing because your core is also a body part and it has a certain amount of, you know, coverage / exposure / whatever. So you want your add-ons to have as much coverage as possible so that when you get hit, one of your attached body parts will get hit instead of your core. Your body parts will constantly get damaged and blown up, and you're constantly going to have to be replacing these external body parts, but that's better than taking core damage. As far as I know, your core gets healed every time you change floors. Legs can kick, that's true, because when you run into someone, you normally ram them, and they sort of like, you do damage to each other, and depending on what you have equipped on the bottom, different things can happen. You can see here, each active leg gives you a 20% chance to kick a target out of the way instead of ramming them, which means you don't damage yourself, which is great. And it also helps you move things if you're being blocked out. Anyway, we've got a few weapons on the ground as well. We've got some EM pulse guns. I'm going to go ahead and I suppose maybe equip a couple of them. We've got an assault rifle over here. I'm going to pick that up as well. These purple bits are matter. Matter is just random material. You need matter for a couple of different things. One, every time you attach a component, it uses up a little bit of matter to like weld it onto yourself. But also like any weapon that fires a projectile makes its projectiles on the fly using matter, for example. So our assault rifle over here uses matter 3 per shot, right over here. 3 matter is consumed on every shot, so it uses 1 energy, 3 matter, and generates 20 heat. It also generates 2 points of recoil. If we compare that to our pulse guns over here, our pulse guns don't use any matter at all, also don't create any recoil, which is interesting, but generate 40 heat and use up a lot more energy. I'm quite a fan of, like, maybe we'll do a mix. 1 pulse gun, 1 assault rifle. By mousing over, you can see the range as well. It's going to be probably super dim on the stream, but there's like just a little range circle that shows you the distance. You can see the hit points or the integrity of all the body parts over here. And if you run, and this is probably a good idea, if you run the game with the tactical HUD option right here, turn that on. What it does is it gives you a few more stats over here, like it gives you the actual exposure breakdown. So we're 21% exposed. We'd like to bring that down a little bit more. We've got an ion engine over here. I'm going to grab this one, and then we have a light ion engine over here. I'm going to equip that one. So, you know, this has a little bit of weight, but this helps you generate power. The ion engine generates 5 heat per turn while it's running, but you do have natural heat dissipation. For example, if I just sit idle, I will burn off 22 heat per turn. If I'm moving, I'm going to burn 20 heat per turn. So that's fine. But it generates power, 5, and it can store extra energy as well. It like your core stores a certain amount. I think my core can store 100. This power thing can store 25. And there's other ways to store even more stuff going on. So I've got all my slots filled. I've got an extra gun and an extra engine, which is good because we're going to be replacing things. My utility slots are empty, but there's no utility items to pick up right now. I don't think I'm going to carry around the treads or the wheels for now. I think we're going to be okay. Got some more matter to grab over here. Now, what are these green things going around? Those things are bots. They're robots. And they're doing their own thing. If we sit around and watch, these excavators are going to dig tunnels. That's what they do. One of the brilliant things about this game is it really is, well, I was going to say a living world. Well, I mean, it's a robot world, so I don't know if they're living exactly. But there's a ton of non-hostile robots that you're going to encounter that have your own job. Some dig things, some go and clean up debris, some will salvage part and turn it into matter by bringing them to these various fabricator machines, or recycling machines, I suppose I should say, and different things like that. And learning the rules of the world will help you not get in too much trouble. One of the interesting things as well is there's a general alert level in this compound. So as soon as I go up these stairs, I'm going to go to the next floor here. And we get an alert. A rogue bot has emerged from the scrapyard. Terminate on contact. So we started in the scrapyard, and we've escaped that, And the global AI of this whole facility has recognized that. And so some combat bots are going to be out on the lookout for us and be looking to kill us. As we do more and more damage to the facility and kill more robots, the alert level is going to get higher and higher and higher and higher, and the facility will automatically send more and more brutal stuff to us. Killing things, especially since you get no XP from them, is actually not necessarily great. I mean, you sometimes you might decide to kill something for parts, but mostly you'll find them lying around. And combat is actually something that it's very viable to just avoid it completely, which means playing a stealth build is actually very interesting. But we're going to go like fairly combating on this one because, you know, it's fun. So I'm going to snoop around. I can move with just like the number pad, or I can just click on where I want to go, which is nice as well. Great sound in this game as well. A lot of things when we get close to them will have ambient sound. This one does not. What is this? An electrolysis chamber. This is just, you know, random, whatever. You can blow these up. You can actually, you can blow your way through walls as well if you want. Very destructible. Here's our first machine. This is a Scantron, right? Scanalyzer. This allows you to, you can insert a component in here. For example, let's scan the pulse gun. Ooh, we failed. And actually a trace started right away. Okay, let's come back. But this allows you to scan something and get a schematic of an item, which then you can go to a fabricator later on and get those items built by spending matter. So there's like an interesting system where you can find recipes for just about anything in the world and then create some more later on if you need it. Looks like we've got some more excavators over here that are doing some digging. Good for them. We got a bunch of wheels over there. Now, I'm not doing a full scan of all these rooms. We could grab a tractor beam, I suppose, since we don't have a utility. If nothing else, this will probably give us a little bit of coverage. Yeah, sure. You know what? I will equip a couple of tractor beams. Tractor beams just grab matter from a wider range around you. I don't feel like these are particularly important, but they give you more coverage. So now we only have 15% core exposure, which is nice. What is this? Another light assault rifle. May as well go and pick that up and keep it in my inventory for later. Oh, I just ran onto an EMP track. I have 2% system corruption. So there are traps in the game, and with better scanners, you have a better chance of finding them, but I didn't have any hope there. So here we have an M13 machinist. Again, this is a totally just neutral bot. We could kill if we wanted to. And we might get stuff out of it, but again, it will just raise the AI level. Ooh, okay, that's a G47 Trooper. That is a grunt, and it has spotted us. There's an exclamation mark, so it has definitely spotted us. We technically have shooting range on this guy. We might accidentally hit the excavator, but I think what we'll do is we will start shooting at him. We only got about a 50% chance to hit. Your chance to hit is negative 10% if you've moved in the last turn. It's plus 10% if you haven't moved at all in 2 turns. You also get a bonus to hit when they get closer, but I guess I'll go ahead and start taking shots at this guy. Okay, he's not alone. There's a technician here that's also put out, this guy here has put out a request signal. I think one of these guys may have triggered a trap though, which is interesting. This technician also locked this terminal, which is very annoying. Alright, well, let's just keep wailing on these guys. Okay, all of the grunts are now dead. At least the ones I could see. Oh, for crying out loud! A bunch of pests over here. I'm gonna try to hug a wall, and just... I want this loot, but what's happening here is these scavengers are going around and picking up that loot. So I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm just gonna hug the wall, and wait for these pests to come around. They move super fast! They're incredibly annoying. They're my least favorite enemy so far. The scavenger's actually in the way here. The pest is actually shooting the scavenger in the back. Okay, I think we're okay. I think they're all dead. Oh my god, more mercenaries. What's going on here? I mean, there was a distress call that went out, so... this might be just a super short little game. I could retreat back to our room, but the problem is I'm actually not, like, that fast to necessarily just retreat in the void. So we've taken some core damage, you can see here, with only 15% exposure. It still happened. Our tractor beams have soaked a fair amount of damage for us, so that's good. My EM pulse gun is about half health, but still okay. NPCs triggering traps, a very classic roguelike. Absolutely. One of the things we killed over here did leave a flight unit behind. They are very fast, but they don't carry a lot of weight, And they do tend to use up a little bit more energy and heat. Although I don't think the level 1 is much of a problem with that. Okay, we may have dealt with everyone who's here now, which is good. And we've got an opportunity to maybe pick up some stuff. We've got another ion engine over here, small laser, some more matter, which is good. I definitely want to pick up some backup legs. So I'll do that. Now, right now, my inventory space is limited to 4. So that's kind of poor. Tell you what, I'm going to put the light assault rifle in this slot. I'm just going to drop the half-broken EM pulse gun. So I still have another gun, an engine, a leg, and I'm going to pick up another leg over here. Just for whatever. But what I need to do is find... you can find a utility item that gives you more inventory slots. And that's going to be one of the more important things. Like a storage pod or something like that. Oh my god! There's more enemies! Okay, I'm just going to hide next to the wall here. And I'm going to wait until they come into range so that I don't have the movement penalty. But hopefully they will. Kill a bunch of pests. They like to swarm the crap out of me. I have to say, this is probably a game where I've had the most combat early on, thus far. Which, you know, probably means I've been doing something wrong. Okay, we just blew up a ton of pests. But so far, so good. Anything worth picking up over here? Not really. I'll grab some matter, because I've been using it for bullets. This is a... what is this? It's a triggered technician. Oh, and over here we've got another mercenary. I don't know if he spotted me. There's a bit of a group of them. Let me hide in here. Now, I got a little bit of system corruption from EMP that happened, and I think there's like a 2% chance on any turn that something might go really weird. So the system corruption here just gave me a huge heat flow error. All of a sudden, I massively overheated. So I'm just going to tuck into the room here, because if they attack me, I can get them there. But I don't know if they spotted me, and you can see when doors open and close, you can hear it, and there's like a little indicator around them as well. I think we might be okay. That's a structural scanner. I think I can live without that. Oh. Come on, Merc. Come at me, bro. There we are. Just get them into the doorway so they can't surround me. One dead. So, I hit that guy in the ion engine, and so there was a chain reaction, he exploded, and that chain reaction also caused this building over here to explode. Most of my body parts are gone. I'm at, like, 1/3 of my core. Yeah, this is an awesome start. A lot of the loot on the ground got blown up. This is, somewhat less than ideal. But hey, we still have an engine. We get the energy warning because my cap on my energy just went up a bunch, and we're below half, so you get the warning. I got an engine, I got a couple of legs, no utility slots. I still have a couple of guns. They're nearly broken. Let me go and put in the pulse rifle over here for now. The structural analyzer scans all visible walls for signs of hidden doorways. Not much coverage, but you know what? I may as well, like, do that. So I've got... I like the little green effect, though, like when it scans things. We've actually got a assault rifle there that's in fairly good shape, so let's go ahead and upgrade you. The new leg. And that's it. I am full. Tell you what, let's toss this assault rifle, pick up this ion engine. It is damaged, but at least we'll have another spare ion engine. Oh, good stuff! And we found a staircase. We also found some more guns over here. It's probably worth going and just making sure I've got the latest and greatest in the assault rifle category. Let's drop that leg. Okay. I guess I can still grab the tractor beam. Let's go down a floor. So if this were a traditional roguelike, you'd be like, well, I have to go in and explore the entire compound before I go to the next floor. But again, there's not really much point. Loot follows a very clear progression as you go down each floor. And going down a floor, if we actually go down a floor, we get to evolve ourselves and add extra slots to our little bot. So yes, this is going to heal us, both the core and the corruption, I believe. and the extra slots. A lot of people suggest getting putting the first 2 points into propulsion, then you can add a couple of more legs. It's like, hey, now I'm like some sort of like war dog bot or something like that. But what's important is like the legs give you a lot of coverage, so it really helps protect your core. On the other hand, you might want to do something like another weapon slot plus maybe a utility slot. That way you pack more guns and you can use a utility slot for like a heat sink. You know, if you need a lot of energy, get a second power thing going on here. Yeah, in traditional roguelikes, the food mechanic was what pushes you to descend. Here, it's the fact that you don't heal core damage unless you go between floors, and later on, the central AI is going to specifically send enemies to you every so often, and they're very dangerous. So you're really going to be pushed to like keep going down there. So, when we got any spider tank? Yes, we can get up to 8 legs or something like that. Utility and propulsion. Tell you what, let's go ahead. We'll go with propulsion and utility. We should be fairly tough and defensive if we do something like that. So there you go. So my core is repaired, and because we evolved, we have more core than before, which is good. Energy is good. Matter stays where it is. No more system corruption. Thank goodness for that. Notice there is no stair to go back. The idea, it's described like, but between floors, you actually take going a long distance and whatever, and there's no reason to ever go back. So the game just plays a little differently. Here's our world map. We are now on floor -9, because we started in the basement. We started on floor -11, is what we did. And we're trying to get up to the surface. So we're now on floor -9. We're in basement level 9. We don't know in what area. We were in materials. We're probably still in materials, because we didn't actually take a branch. But we'll see how that goes. Oops. So I do have the extra leg. Let's go and put that on. So there's my 3rd leg. And I still have the extra utility slot. I'm still hoping to find some storage pods. I might cover Dominions, the next Dominions. I've always wanted to do it, but it's like, the time investment to fix this. That's a lot of data jacks. Data jacks are melee weapons that you melee and like hack people with, which, so make a melee bot, which is neat. We got a weight distribution system. Gives you more mass support. Well, we're using legs, so we don't actually have to worry about that. We've got lots of mass support. Hello, tier 2 weapons. So in this little pop-up that you get, the number on the left-hand side is the rating or tier of the gear. So we've been packing tier 1 gear so far. This is all tier 2, which will all be a heck of a lot better. That's one of the reasons, like, don't stress about checking out a whole floor. It's not a big deal. I'm actually going to just back up over here. I'm going to drop all my old weapons. Done. And we're going to pick up a couple of particle cannons. Okay, well, I'm actually going to only use 1 particle cannon because I'm worried about the heat that it produces. No matter, tons of heat per shot. So, particle cannon and an assault rifle as sort of a pairing. We'll pick up the 2nd assault rifle. And these are all field recycling units, right? Which do what? Automatically collects part at the current location to recycle them into matter. Oh, so if I just stand on a part for 2 turns, it'll automatically recycle things into matter. I mean, I may as well go and equip one. So these old guns, if I just go and stand here, so my matter is currently 171. If I go, wait 2 turns, and then it starts eating them. I mean, may as well fill the slot. Does it have any coverage? A little bit. Core's only 14% exposed now, which is nice. Yeah, I don't think I just want to wait around and do that. Thing is, matter's not that hard to come by. At least, like, without anything that's increased my matter cap. So here's a terminal. We haven't actually seen a proper terminal yet, so that'll be really interesting. So we're hacking here. Now, this is a level 2 terminal, so it's going to be a little harder. These are all the things that I can click on to take this action. What's interesting is that you can also go to the manual command over here, and you can actually manually type a command. So, for example, one of the great things is access main. This command here, for example, will tell you where the stairs are. The stairs to the next level, for example. Now, manually typing the commands, it's 15% tougher than if there's something in the screen over here. So especially with the level 2 and with no hacking modules, this is almost certainly going to fail, and I don't think there's much point in doing that. If I find a level 1 terminal, then I will be actually trying for that command to see what we can do. Here we can find some records and information about You know, basically backstory about different characters as far as I know. I think the exclamation mark means I haven't actually seen this before. Amazing. We failed right away, and actually, a trace... Not only did we fail to do this hack, but we were detected, and now it's being traced. If I let that go to 100%, it's going to lock down the terminal, and a bunch of enemy robots are going to be summoned to here. So we're just going to leave that be. There's a technician there. He's just shut down that thing. He uses the terminal to summon reinforcements. Awesome. So reinforcements are on the way here because this technician has triggered this terminal. I'm just going to try to leave then, before the reinforcements show up. We got a heatsink over there. That's actually... Okay, I don't care about the tractor beam. I'm going to equip the heatsink because that'll be really important with the particle cannon. And I think I can shoot my way through a wall here. I thought it could, but I don't know. We're getting a matter warning here. I thought I could just shoot my way through the wall. I might need to use different types of weapons. Certainly with explosives you can, and cannons you can. Oh, there's the reinforcement mercenaries. I could just run away for now, but I gotta go through this area, so I think we're just gonna be doing a heck of a lot of fighting. It may have been wandering away, actually. Nope. Holy crap, is that the particle cannon effect? That's excellent. Just gonna let the next guy come at me. Come at me, bro. Or not. There you are. Pick up the matter. I think we missed pretty badly and blew a hole in a wall. Oh, we got a scout over here. Now, scouts are unarmed, but they like to trigger other dudes. Let me take a shot at this guy. Terrible miss. Hit that wall. We gotta hit the guy who's an actual threat. Oh, no, it's blocked. Okay. There we go. Kill the scout. Oh my god, there's a shit ton of dudes coming, you guys. Those reinforcements, they finally arrived. I don't think we have line of sight on anyone. Oh, we do over here. Alright, another one bites the dust. How am I doing? Core's only taking 10 damage. A couple of legs are getting a little bit lower, but so far so good. I'm going to tuck here. This is going to break line of sight with this mercenary. I'm going to actually equip the leg. Yeah, we're low on matter. Not that low, though. We're okay. That just gives me a slightly healthier leg here. How's my heat? We're good. If I was worried about it, I could go dual particle cannon. I'm just going to wait here for this guy to come. I'm actually going to step back. There we go. And obliterate him. Nice. So what's on the ground? We got another heat sink, some more tank treads, but they're just level 1. We found a doorway or a stairway right away. We could just drop to the next level. Now that may not be the next level. That is almost certainly the mine. Because of the mining laser. I don't know. I'm actually wondering about just running down the stairs here. Again, it might be a separate branch. So I'm going to take some damage along the way, but I'm okay with it. Because we will get repaired. Oh, wait. Is he standing on the goddamn stairs? Oh. There. Now he's not standing on the stairs. -9. Yeah, we've gone from the main branch to the mines over here. So we've gone sort of sideways. And why not? Boop, 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 boop. We got boop, booped. Who dat? Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I missed Captain Penguin a minute ago. Terribly sorry about that, Mr. Penguin. Hey, Quill, I just modified and repaired my GPS antenna. So, in a fix akin to the Apollo 14 guidance computer hack, I'm now able to navigate and non-abort properly. Well, congratulations. It feels good to, like, fix your own stuff. Makes you feel awesome. Milk My Man! Thank you very much for your 420 contribution here. Hey, Quill, love your shit. Keep being you, and greetings from Australia. Do you have a P.O. box so I can send you some Down Under goodies? Yeah, absolutely. I'm always keen on receiving sweets and what's nots from different people. There is actually P.O. box information just underneath the stream over here, so that's always cool. That's always cool.